well, Jimmy Kimmel thinks that Elon Musk's, if he controls Twitter, that's going to be very similar to one person. He says one person kind of controlling Twitter is like one person controlling, in charge of the nuclear weapons. Which, what do you think of that?
Maybe there should be one person in charge of nuclear weapons.
Maybe there should be. I can't imagine there being a nuclear race if that was the case.
There's no nuclear race. There's only one nuclear race.
That's right. The human nuclear
the
race.
Nuclear race. Nuclear humans.
I was tweeting a little bit today with some real bonehead idiots, and I don't know. I get a real kick out of it. It's these people that think that Stephen Colbert is. Well, I'll read the tweet for you in a little bit, and we'll talk about some other stuff. Maybe a little bit about Disney having to not be a country anymore or whatever.
Yeah, they don't get their little special status, and we're also on Odyssey now, so
that's cool.
People can go there because eventually we're gonna get kicked off YouTube, so we're gonna need somewhere to go.
That's interesting.
It's
good. That is the plan. I mean, you're nobody until YouTube kicks you off. I mean, Jesus. Maybe we'll be like Tim Pool,
Yeah.
Can be on forever. I think centrists are absolutely. I despise centrists.
Dave Rubin, Tim Pool. Not fan.
I mean, Rubin is kind of like a. You see him as a centrist just because he's gay. Does that move him a little bit to the left?
I think he's a centrist, but that means you're.
Does it mean you're willing to say? I'm for the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I don't see any reason to have to explain that shit all the time.
I just think they're lukewarm, and they should be spat out.
Well, I mean, as long as your opinions are sort of like going one way or the other, but centrists are dangerous because they normalize the bullshit that the left is saying, and they dilute the message that's so important on the other side.
They try to take this moral high ground, like. There is no moral high ground. They're not playing by the rules, so we're not going to play by the rules anymore. So they're playing by this imaginary set of rules that they think the left is playing by. If I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't, Disney should have the right to XYZ.
We gotta stop elevating. Stop elevating it to like a false equivalency there. Of like, we're the same. We're just two sides. It always bugs me when somebody goes, "Well, that's what you say," but then the other side says you're crazy. So I don't know what to think. To me, it's just I'm right in the middle. I go right down the middle. I believe some way on some things and some way on others. Example. Give me a fucking example of what you mean. You know what I mean?
Antifa and the Proud Boys.
Yeah. I mean, Biden is maybe not the best president ever, but he's morally superior to Trump. That's what one of those guys said. Allison Burnett.
Yeah.
He says this guy, he's a guy named Allison, which I've never heard of a guy named Allison, really.
No, Sue.
He should have had to fight a lot of people. Here's what he looks like, Allison. I didn't know that there were people who looked like this named Allison.
Wow, Allison.
Yeah, look at him. He just looks like, knowing what you know about him, which is that he's a fucking dipshit. And you know what I mean by that? Just on the wrong team. You hate him when on sight.
Right.
You know what I mean? You hate him.
Just the look in his eyes. You just don't like it. You just despise him.
I hate that stupid. I mean, like your beard, whatever.
Nice full beard.
This guy's beard. It's. I don't care how scraggly it is or what. There's just something about it that just looks like. I just hate him. I don't know. I don't even have to get into reasons. This guy looks like.
You're allowed to hate. It's fine. It's okay.
That's right. I don't have to explain it. Anyway, here's the tweet they sent out. What a retard this guy is. I love # Stephen Colbert as much as the next guy. Which, how much is that?
Yeah, like 8 people.
As much as the next guy. This is the next guy.
Yeah.
But I cannot bear when he makes easy. Look at the numbers going up. More quote tweets. Wow. How did a guy with 11,000 followers get 59.3 thousand likes?
People think Allison's retarded.
I think they just go boing, 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 boing. I think that Twitter just jacks it up because I just don't think that that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think it's true at all. Okay, I'll start all over. I love Stephen Colbert, # Stephen Colbert, as much as the next guy. But I cannot bear when he makes easy, stupid jokes about Biden being old or senile. It's a frivolity we cannot afford. We're in an existential fight for our democracy.
Existential, yeah, of course.
These jokes feed the right and normalize their lies.
This guy knows all about existentialism and Soren Kierkegaard, and Allison knows his shit. Allison knows
Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know what
like
he's
our
talking
democracy, he's saying that like we're going to lose our democracy if we don't start pretending that Joe Biden isn't old. I mean, what lies? Okay, stupid jokes about Biden being old or senile. Okay.
No, they're bad jokes. It's just not funny.
It's a frivolity we cannot afford. Frivolity. We can't be all a frivolity. We can't be frivolous about it.
This is serious shit.
Because he thinks that these jokes feed the right and normalize their lies. Normalize the lie that Biden's old.
Right.
That was my response.
In history. I mean,
and he's clearly senile.
Yeah.
And then I realized, well, I actually agree with everything in this tweet. Between the word "but" and the word "democracy," because that's just. But I cannot bear when he makes easy, stupid jokes about Biden being old or senile. It's a frivolity we cannot afford. We're in an existential fight for our democracy. I mean, I'm fine with the jokes, but it's like it's no laughing matter, really. For Christ's sake, this is bad. We have a president that's old and senile, and to joke about, Colbert should be on there going, Biden is old and fucking senile, and he should definitely be out of. We need to do something, right?
He should really go for the jugular.
Whoop whoop. It's a huge deal. So and we are in a way in an existential fight for our democracy. It's just that like they're wrong. Their idea of democracy is one party. What would you call it? Totalitarian socialism.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's China.
That's their idea of democracy is no other voices.
Yeah.
Because if our voice comes in, that's fascism.
Yeah,
they are the
can't
fascists.
Have that.
So fucking weird, the projection. They cannot accept that they are fascists. Well, so they project that onto us. They don't do it intelligently.
They don't know what fascism is. If they knew what fascism was, they wouldn't call us fascists, the right fascists, because it could be a lot worse.
But it's the word fascism.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is. Fascism is just a word.
Most people don't even know what fascism. The closest to a real fascist government, in my opinion, was Mussolini's Italy, and maybe a little bit before that, more proto-fascism. But
Mussolini's Italy is close.
I think so. Hitler was a National Socialist.
Yeah.
So,
but a National Socialist.
Yeah.
But that's fascist.
It's a
fascist thing.
But
they call him. They say he's on the right. I never understand like what on the right means. Does it mean you're nationalist?
Well,
I mean, like I don't
he wanted
understand.
to protect his own people. He didn't like degeneracy of Weimar, and I mean,
he had liberal values on other stuff. Like if you think like quitting smoking, forcing people not to smoke or something.
He was for the park system, and
he's a vegetarian.
He's a vegetarian.
I mean, I don't know. There's half a dozen things.
Maybe he's a centrist.
Oh boy, he's a centrist. They're dangerous people, the centrists. Dave Landau, when he was co-hosting with, I don't mean to like, turn into a big gossip party or something, but
that's awesome.
Cumia, when he lost, he needed a co-host, decided he wanted to have a co-host. He got Dave Landau for a time.
Yeah.
Dave Landau, God damn it, was a little too. He was just too milquetoast for me. He was like very, very much in the middle. He always tried to pull it towards the middle.
Both ways.
They say, well, but they see, so I'm right in the middle on all that shit, and it was just like a bummer. It was a real boring take.
Take a stance. Stand for something, you faggot.
He might stand for something. I'm not calling him a faggot.
No, I'm not calling. I'm just saying in general.
But in general, yeah.
Stand for something,
but,
you
but
faggot.
the thing is, it's like it's to me. I get what you mean, and that makes sense. But I also see it like, dude, figure it out. Because once because you can tell that's somebody who doesn't see it. Don't you see how destructive what it is that they're doing is? I mean, this is like very fucking. It's a cancer.
And if you're sitting next to Auntie Cumia, you're getting the information from, a certain point of view, which is the true point of view.
If you don't feel persuaded by that,
come on, like.
I mean, like it's very easy. It's very easy.
It's right there.
But then Cumia would just kind of like. Just kind of like it's boring to talk to somebody like that because they do it every fucking time. They're so consistent with it. A centrist will do that. It's their favorite thing to do because they think it makes them sound smarter, right?
Yes. Yep.
I am looking at it in a more stand back, broad way, and also I can see both sides.
Yeah.
You can't. You're on a side, so you're biased. But I'm standing back. It makes them sound like they have no prejudice in mind.
Super big brain attitude.
Yes, because we must. I don't know. Fuck that shit.
It's two sides of the same coin and all that gay shit.
Yeah. It's not true. It's just not true.
We're right. They're wrong. Let's move along.
Let's
have a divorce.
The thing is like within what we say, that's where both parties used to dwell. Mm-hmm. At one time.
They used to debate over, like, the tax policy is 20%. No, it should be 22.5%.
Right.
That used to be the debate, right?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
It's fucking, you should chop off your kid's dick. No, you shouldn't chop off your kid's dick.
No, never. Never. You should never encourage it. They shouldn't be in my daughter's bathroom.
No.
And beyond that, like, you can't just call it your gender. That's out. No trans story time. What good does that do? It teaches the kids that these certain type of people who we really don't know or know anything about, except we have a general feeling of distaste for some dude in a fucking fabulous dress who's like, you know what, kids, it just seems evil. And then you have also the border. No, it shouldn't be open.
No,
we deserve to have a country. They're wrong on everything. It's so consistent. They are never, ever on the right side of anything. And I don't have to strain to see it that way. I think I'm a pretty fucking reasonable person.
Yeah, I think we both are.
Yeah.
And I just don't, like, I'm going to the school board meeting again on Thursday. I'm not going to speak. I don't think I'm going to speak. I might if it gets ridiculous.
It'll get ridiculous.
But I'm just going to go there just
You need to speak every time.
Every school board meeting, tell them no bullshit.
I just want to reaffirm, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I hate what's going on. I don't like what you're doing. I think that it's wrong. I think that I think it should be illegal. If it's not, what are you complaining about exactly?
Complaining about teaching gender identity to 5 and 6 year olds. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'm complaining about.
Well, it seems like they're the ones who are always saying it's a very personal thing. Mm-hmm. This is not something that everybody's going to feel comfortable sharing. All that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
It should be between the doctor and the parent.
And this should be the parent is into it.
Oh, yeah,
it's
sure.
the child and his genitals. You know, whatever it is they say. That's until it comes time for the state, the city, the school to come in and say, here's what you need to know. Here's how it's possible for you to get a lot of attention. Well, maybe this is an option for you.
Yeah, I told you last show you discussed that I was called a bigot, and then my wife sent me a shot of one of the comments on the community Facebook page of them saying that I was sexualizing children. I'm sexualizing the children because I'm talking about children's innocence. I don't understand how that mental gymnastics works.
Did you say it like slow and breathy?
They're so like Joe Biden does.
They're so innocent. They love their pop-pop.
They love their pop-pop.
Joe Biden, who, let's face it, does so many wonderful things.
Half my town hates me, and I just grew to accept it.
Half my town hates me. So... Okay, so there were some responses to this, and somebody says here he is senile, dipshit. He's also the worst president in modern history.
That's for history.
I mean, yeah. Do we need the modern on there?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there might have been somebody worse at some time. Colbert Late Show really needs to focus the policy accomplishments, like how Biden is keeping his promise that nothing fundamentally will change, and increasing militarization of police forces, and rejecting M4A and student debt cancellation. That's sure to win votes.
Oh yeah.
Well, even the liberal side hates him. I absolutely agree with you. Colbert's intelligence and humanism are essential right now. But his jokes about Biden are undermining a president, an experienced, thoughtful man. Thoughtful? With a distinct moral core, and a belief in democracy and his country and the world order. Wow, this person could not be more all over the fucking place, huh? Just breaking that down would take way too long. Totally agree. Biden is doing a fantastic job with so many things going on at once. I don't know how anyone of any age can do all that and not miss a beat.
But he's not doing it. That's the thing. It's not Biden doing it. He's not doing anything. They put him in front of a podium. They give him the speech, and he says the words.
And then he says, "End message." Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
End message.
So they're feeding it, and he's not tweeting. He's not controlling his own Twitter. He's not controlling his own social media. That's not him. That's somebody else. It's some intern.
Well, not only that, but whatever they're doing is shitty too. Even the people that are moving his arms around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it does not bother me how old Biden is, and he is. What matters the most is that he knows how to assemble a team of the best. See, there's a cagey answer. So he assembled the team. He didn't pick one nominee for one cabinet position.
It's the Avengers, basically, in the White House.
Yeah, he's Captain America.
Captain America.
He's Barack America. So far, he has done that, in my opinion. I had a great boss who said, "No, I do not know that, but let me introduce you to a team member that does." Oh, what a good boss. And he's been in this biz his whole, continued from,
wow,
no, that's a different one. Okay, no. And he's, it seemed like it, and he's been in this biz his whole life. And look at all the good things he's done for the country after 40 fucking years, decade after decade after decade after decade. Could do it with eyes closed. Well, that's good, because they often are.
Yeah.
He's been amazing lifting kids from poverty, Vax, SCOTUS, uniting West for Ukraine. He did that, ending 20-year war with a few bumps due to error in military intelligence.
A few bumps.
There was a few $1 billion worth of weapons that made their way into
Dead
ISIS.
soldiers.
And into the Taliban's hands. Okay. What's the big deal? It's a lot of money, but it was a bump.
It was a bump.
In the end, it's not. It's a rounding error.
Yeah.
And that was due to error in military intelligence that Afghans could keep Taliban out for months to years. Well, okay.
Yeah, and that's why we should trust our military intelligence.
Somebody says, just a suggestion. Maybe they're part of the team, right? Military intelligence. They're part of the dream team he's assembled.
The Avengers.
Just a suggestion. Maybe we should be posting this straight to Colbert to let him know how damaging this rhetoric is. What the fuck did he say? It is a comedy satire show, but his words do have consequences. So when they start saying that,
you're in trouble.
I'm going to take my own advice now and post to his feed. Yeah, good for you.
He's going to care.
That's going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's other. Andy Kindler had a response on here that I couldn't believe. Just couldn't believe. See, I agree in general. I love reading these. Are you okay with this?
No, I'm fine. These are hilarious. I love seeing how the other people think.
Yeah.
What's in their brain.
I agree in general that criticism is harmful, but love Colbert Late Show. He is very funny and mixes old jokes with praising Biden often for his accomplishments. On the other hand, Bill Maher is now nasty, hurtful to Democrats, and dangerous to public health with falsehoods about masks. Ooh.
Bill Maher, big bad boogeyman on the right.
Allison Burnett responded to that one. I agree about Maher. Last week, his callous disregard for the million dead was just breathtaking. His callous disregard. I have callous disregard for that number. It's not real. So
yeah, it's definitely not real.
And we know the conditions under which anybody died of that stuff. I don't believe the right would watch Colbert, but I do agree with you.
Because it's not funny. That's why we don't watch Colbert. It's not funny.
They're right about that. I don't believe the right would watch Colbert, but I do agree with you. Biden may be older, but he's certainly not senile.
Would you watch Colbert if he was funny?
If he made me laugh?
Yeah, if he made you laugh, genuinely made you laugh.
Sure. It's impossible for him to laugh with his point of view. I mean, for him to make me laugh and be funny, because
none of the jokes.
There's no truth.
Right. Yeah.
You have to have truth.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say shit's not true, I'm too busy niggling over like, wait, that's not exactly true.
Yeah.
Let's see. He can't. Okay. Somebody. Bart Boss says he can't be trusted to talk to media. A question. Wait. I don't believe the right would watch Colbert, but I do agree with you. Biden may be older. He's certainly not senile. I support him as much today as I did when I voted for him. How many times? He can't be trusted to talk to media. A paid-for liberal media. Zero transparency. This is horrible for democracy. The Globe, if he can't talk to world leaders, we're doomed. Obama's quote holds. Joe will find a way to fuck it up again playing games. To keep politics usual while Rome burns. Okay, well, that's pretty. The one that that I really wanted to get to, I did quote it. Maybe I can find it. It was just this fucking, Andy Kindler, right? The comic. Are you
Sounds
familiar?
familiar. I don't
He's
think
a
I've
Jewish
seen it.
fellow,
Oh, so he's a Jewish fellow.
I mean, he happens to be of the Semitic, ethnic persuasion.
Oh,
and,
sure he has an interesting take.
oh, he does. I find that his take is very interesting. He says, that it absolutely is just fucking. I have to fucking find it. It's you. You won't believe it. You won't believe
Well,
it.
if you're watching this, we're also on audio only. If you go to thepatriarchyshow.com, you can listen to it on pretty much any podcast platform, in addition to the video that you're watching now. So unless you're listening to it on the podcast, then go to YouTube.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what Andy Kindler said. He said, Colbert. What? I got blocked by Kindler.
Oh.
Oh,
What did you
no. Say to him? I quoted Andy Kindler says, Colbert still seems to subscribe to the, quote, both sides fallacy of comedy. This is Kindler's tweet that I quoted. Colbert still seems to subscribe to the both sides fallacy of comedy. I wasn't blocked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He's an equal opportunity, ... blah, blah, blah. I stopped watching Colbert. His arrogance and coldness turned me off, and I was a huge fan of the Colbert Report.
Too right wing.
So, okay. But, and I said, and I quoted his tweet, and I said, oh, yes, that's what I hate about Colbert. Such an incurable centrist. He's just like the network news, straight down the middle, to the point you can't even tell which side he's on. I mean,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, to me, that is ridiculous. Oh, the both sides fallacy of comedy. He's an equal opportunity. Are you kidding me?
99% of the time, he's attacking one side.
Trump.
But the 1%, he does it every once in a while, so therefore it's both sides, right?
He acknowledges that in some gentle way. I remember one joke that Stephen Colbert made, and this is one of Seth's, my friend Seth Barron's favorites that Biden did. He said, "Dear Joe Biden," I guess he writes letters or something like that. I don't know. Dear Joe Biden, you are about to turn let's see, he had a birthday coming up.
Okay.
And however old he was going to be. So you're 78, but don't worry because soon you're going to be 46.
That's a knee slapper. Whoever wrote that for him.
Well,
bonus.
Exactly. So I don't know. I guess that's enough about that fucking particular topic. I just thought it was so stupid. So stupid. And also, like, what lie? Because the guy did acknowledge that Joe Biden is old.
Yeah.
It's so funny that Andy Kindler blocked me.
And have you met him before?
I've met him, briefly, and his wife. He was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I did say jokes about Biden. I quoted the original guy. Jokes about Biden being old and senile are no laughing matter, especially in the hands of Stephen Colbert. So I was pretty proud of that. It's just like an easy thing, but okay.
I can't believe he blocked you. That's funny.
I know, God, and it wasn't like I said "fuck you, Kindler."
Yeah, you didn't even call him a cunt or anything.
No, it's just pretty like, he's such a centrist, just like the network news, straight down the middle.
It's just sarcasm.
So I guess this other thing. Okay, so. Somebody named JPEG says, all stutter propaganda aside, bro is old, though. Now, is it propaganda if you're showing him stutter?
It's not.
It's not, right?
It's just him stuttering. It's news.
Yeah, and they're like, well, wait, hold on. They clean it up when they do the transcripts.
Yeah, that's propaganda if they take out the stutter.
I think so.
Right?
Because they're correcting the record. Mm-hmm. All stutter propaganda, bro is old, though. And Allison Burnett, the original tweeter, says, yes, but far superior morally to Trump, that they don't even belong in the same discussion. He didn't get a single like on that, by the way.
Poor Allison.
But I go, well, what does that have to do with his jokes about him being old and senile, normalizing the lies of the right?
They always go back to Trump. They have to bring Trump. They have to pull Trump in.
He's so morally superior, which is even that. I mean, this is complete a dog shit thing to say on so many sentiments and on so many levels. I mean, because doesn't Biden take a bunch of money from China and shit like that? Hasn't he taken a lot of money from China, which is and he gets involved with the prosecutor he's very corrupt, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
He's very corrupt. Anyway, he's a crime family and all that shit. That. So then I said, what lie? So then what lie is normalized by Colbert joking about Biden's age? I said, isn't he just pointing out the obvious?
Yeah, he's old.
Isn't that what makes the jokes easy and stupid?
I mean, making Joe Biden his old joke is pretty easy. I mean, you can make him funny, I guess, right?
Well, I know that I have.
Yeah, right? Like you can make it funny.
I mean, it's just like it's not even about his age, but yeah. I mean, if he was that age and doing great, you'd be like, who cares,
Yeah, like Trump.
Like, well, yeah, Trump.
You see, look at Trump speak, from the top of his dome versus Biden on a teleprompter. Trump, every time, is just a much better speaker.
Yeah, much better, much more. I mean,
fluid.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I saw this. This is fucking nuts. This quote, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
From Biden.
Let's see.
From Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
He said, "This is ridiculous. Come on now. Why are you taking so much time to do this?
It doesn't like you.
It doesn't really want to do what I want. Come on now. Get off of that. That's not the place I wanted to land." Wow.
Okay.
That voice is just too much. It's too much.
That's stuck in my head now.
Yeah,
Can't stop
here's
doing
the
it.
quote.
Here's the quote.
He said, this is an actual Joe Biden quote. We saw on new standards. We set new standards. We slashed methane and brought over 100 nations together when I was at the, and then he said at 12 times.
At.
Yeah. At. I mean, is this the stutter propaganda?
Yeah, it's propaganda.
When I was at the big meeting we had in Europe. The big meeting we had.
The big meeting. Not the G7 or G8 or whatever. Just the big meeting.
The big meeting. Boy, that really, yeah, we brought over 100 nations together at the big meeting.
Big meeting.
That's what made it a big meeting, is we slashed methane and brought the countries together, and then at.
No more cow farts.
Get a job. Terrible. Just absolutely nightmarish. What this country has become. It really is. I mean, look at it. It's like, but I sense something happening, right? Because like a lot of conservative victories lately, and a lot of people saying, "Hey, it's going to be a complete blowout at the midterms," and I know it should be. It depends on how much they cheat.
Yeah.
It depends on how much they go with this new, oh my God, there's a new chromaron, a variant of the thing. It's just the CAB, it's the BAD variant.
The Deltaron.
The Deltaron. It's the Duran-Ron variant.
Ron.
I mean, what are they going to say? I mean, like, that's what it is. They want to do a mail-in, right?
Yeah.
Does that work? You think it'll work?
Well, what's going to happen is in the red states, it won't. And in the blue states, it will. I mean, but that could also affect, congressional races. So if it's a leaning red seat in a blue state, it could go blue because of the cheating in the election. So it might not be as big as a blowout everyone thinks it is because of that.
Yeah. Because some of the redistricting, the new what do they call it? Gerrymandering bullshit. Now that some of that's been challenged, I don't even. It's hard to keep up with all that shit. It's not that interesting.
Yeah, they're always.
It is, but it isn't.
They're always gerrymandering and then challenging it and then appealing it and then redistricting and. For my town, my congressman is the same congressman for Trenton, New Jersey. So it's like, yeah, all right. Like I don't understand why my little suburb.
First of all, I don't know where you live.
Okay, all right. So it's my little suburb in New Jersey, and then about an hour south, right by Philly, is Trenton. And for some reason, we have the same congressman.
What'd you call that?
Outside of Philly?
No, what's
Trenton.
that? Trenton.
Like Button.
Okay, so it's Trenton, and you're with Trenton?
Trenton.
and you're nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it.
But hey,
we have the same congressman though.
But you have a lot of conservatives in your area, I'm guessing. So they're just like, yeah, Trenton. I'm guessing is a little,
of course,
blue stronghold.
A little bit.
So they're like, well, you have to blend with them.
Mm-hmm.
Your votes are going to be wasted.
Yeah, it's pointless to run for Congress in my area, even though we're a red district or a red town.
Yeah, a red town, and like I don't know how big a district is normally, but I mean like they draw shit all fucked up.
Yeah, it's
that.
fucking weird.
So I'm so upset about CNN's streaming service, CNN Plus, being shut down because like I've been watching Chris Wallace every single. He's doing such a good job. He's I know become so strongly associated with streaming, live streaming. He's got that bare knuckle way about him.
Just right down the middle.
Oh yeah, he's right down the middle,
just like Colbert.
Oh my God, when he was on Fox, it was almost a scandal because they had Nazi Tucker over there, Adolf Tucker over there saying truthful things, and Chris Wallace. Well, why don't we talk about all that bullshit? He's Mike Wallace's son. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I love what Trump said. He totally shat on him. I don't know if you missed it. I don't feel like looking it up, but he did. Isn't that great? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, fine. I'll find it.
Do it.
Okay,
maybe
well, find something to talk about while I use both hands.
We don't drink energy drinks, but when we do, I don't know what to talk about. What the fuck do I talk about? I guess I'll talk about my son's playing football, and he's really good at it.
No, we're not doing that. Try harder.
Let's see. I could tell a crazy ex-girlfriend story. So my ex left me for my best friend.
Can't you keep it political for a minute while
I'm just trying to tell stories.
Okay,
Can I tell stories?
I'll hurry.
All right.
Chris Wallace. Okay, let's see.
Here's something that I.
Too late. I've got the quote.
Got it? Okay. All right.
Trump congratulates decision to. Okay, this is what he says. Trump congratulates decision to fold on CNN Plus. Takes shot at Chris Wallace. How about that?
Okay.
He's reacting to the news. Soon it'll be shutting down. He said congratulations in a statement on Thursday. He said congratulations to CNN Plus. Congratulations, I can't even do the impression, to CNN Plus on their decision to immediately fold for a lack of ratings or viewers in any way, shape, or form. It was like an empty desert out there despite spending hundreds of millions of dollars and the hiring of low-rated Chris Wallace, a man who tried so hard to be his father Mike but lacked the talent and whatever else is necessary to be a star. Finally, Trump added, in any event, it's just one more piece of CNN and fake news that we don't have to bother with anymore.
How many subscribers do you think they had CNN Plus?
You know what
what do you think the number around?
I heard different things. I heard 10,000 and I heard 100,000.
There's no way
150,000. So I mean, like, if it was 100,000, wouldn't they just keep doing it?
Yeah, they would keep. They wouldn't stop.
So I mean, they would be encouraged by that. I would think they're
Yeah.
trying to get to 2 million.
They would pull a Fox Nation, just slowly build.
10,000 though. They were like not. I just think people don't even watch the channel for free.
Yeah. I mean, it is only on in doctors' offices and airports. That's the joke, right? So I guess doctors' offices and airports don't want to pay for streaming services. So
with CNN too, when you think it is a dumb choice. Chris Wallace is just like a fucking
boring nothing.
But I mean, like, old. I mean, I'm too old to be streaming something, really. I mean, he just has an old attitude, an old fuddy-duddy.
Fuddy-duddy. I love that word.
Every once in a while, he would take somebody to task for, I forgot what it was, but it was just like he was just on somebody about something. I was like, that's okay. I like that okay that he said. I never remember what it was. I think he was talking to Comey. About the FBI and all that shit. Well, hold on now, because we have here... That's a pretty good Chris Wallace.
I like it.
I can do it. I didn't even know I could do that.
Wow. I'm shocked.
I've heard him enough. Well, I know. Now, but Mr. Comey, now. Oh, shit. Boy, that's a pretty sweet burn, all that. New York Times reported Warner Brothers Discovery, the parent company network, decided to shut down CNN Plus, which launched March 29th. They're shutting it down on April 30th. The Times noted under its former president, Jeff Zucker, CNN lured big stars to CNN Plus, including former Fox Sunday anchor Chris Wallace.
Ooh, big star.
Yeah. The former NPR host Audie Cornish. Audie Cornish.
Do you know who that is? I don't know who that is.
And the food writer, Alison Roman. Now her I'm a big fan of.
Oh, of course.
I love Alison Roman.
She's so good.
All her foods.
Is you sure it's a girl?
Is that a girl's name too? Allison? Journalist Joel Nicosia of News Cycle Media tweeted earlier in April that journalist Chris Wallace was, quote, having daily breakdowns over the miserable launch of CNN Plus. I got this. I think the name is also a problem, CNN Plus, because it's like dog shit plus.
Cat shit.
CNN Plus. And then you go, well, plus what?
They should have named it something else.
Plus you pay for it.
Yeah, maybe
Not only is it CNN, it's CNN you pay for.
Warner Media News or something. I don't know. I'm not a marketing guy.
Once, it says, this is a quote, once a CNN show or is threatening to walk, they go on. I don't know what that means. Okay. He is having staffers count how many times a day his promo is playing. Okay, fine. Right. Finally, Nicosia wrote, source continued, he's telling anyone that will listen he wants Cuomo's old time slot.
You think he'll get it? I mean, what else are they going to do with him, right?
Well, at this point, what's he? I mean, oh, you mean when the shit doesn't work out?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? He works for.
They're paying him a lot of money.
He was not
right?
a Fox guy anyway.
No, he ran out of Fox.
Like Brett Baer, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there, but there was the other guy there that was everybody said was queer. A queer guy.
Sean Hannity?
Yeah. He's such a homo, Sean Hannity. The bought and paid for Hillary Clinton P dossier, you know.
Same thing over and over. Every show.
Wallace announced in December 2021 he's leaving Fox to move to CNN. I'm ready for a new adventure.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. CNN Plus was designed to focus on news, not entertainment, making it different from other streaming services.
Oh.
Yeah, because they entertain you, but this would just be news.
Because Fox News has Fox Nation has Duck Dynasty. That's not news.
They have Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, I think they have Duck Dynasty or spin-offs of Duck Dynasty.
Because that's where you have to go to get Duck Dynasty now.
Fox Nation.
Because they had an opinion about some shit.
Oh, how dare they?
They was fine until they started talking about the Bible and stuff. And their fan base don't want to hear that shit.
Man shouldn't put the penis in another man's anus.
Oh, my goodness. That's the last thing. I'm progressive, hillbilly, and Baptist. I don't want to hear people talk bad about the gays.
No.
However, early reports indicated the streaming service was struggling to pick up viewers. Axios reported investment and projections for CNN Plus expected to be cut dramatically in response to a low adoption rate. It added that around $1 billion was expected to be invested in the streaming service over the course of 4 years, but hundreds of millions of dollars are expected to be cut from that original investment. Additionally, according to CNBC, the streaming service was drawing fewer than 10,000 people per day.
Okay.
2 weeks after it launched. So that's how many people it's drawing. I don't know how many. Maybe the subscribers number is different. Maybe they have different types of. They cut the rate on the subscriptions a lot.
Even if you double it, it's. And weren't they giving like a free trial anyway? So it's.
They're viewers.
Yeah.
No one watching.
Nobody. More people watch.
This. More people.
Yeah, I was going to
say. We
have
have more
show,
subscribers.
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, it's just a damn shame that had to happen.
Very
sad.
I mean,
like I was just starting to enjoy it. I mean, I really didn't even know it had launched.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't see anything. Well, I don't listen to that shit, so I guess I wouldn't see promos for it anywhere.
I'm the new face in streaming.
New face in streaming.
The new voice. But we are doing news, not entertainment, like Don Lemon and shit. What the fuck happened in D.C.? A shooting.
Oh, the shooting, right, yeah.
4 people injured. I've seen 4 people shot. I thought I saw 4 people killed. It's like 4.
It's the number 4.
And this guy's dead. I don't know if they're counting him.
Oh, the Yacoub guy?
Yacoub?
The guy with the picture of Yacoub on his...
Oh, yeah, the guy with the big, gigantic head Muslim.
Yeah, he invented white people.
He invented white people.
That's what they say.
So this guy has a picture of the guy who invented white people. Must be a fan.
Yeah, huge fan. Love your work.
of whites. Aren't whites great? Created white people. Oh, he also discovered magnetism in the year 6600 BC. Way before white people did.
Stupid white people.
They discovered everything first, and we just stole it.
We stole it.
We're cunning. if they're so smart, why do we find it so easy to just take from them? If they're so much, if they're so superior to us, even back then, like, no, you didn't invent that. We invented that. Thank you. He is something you like, whatever that would be. Here's a ball to play with. Go play some ball.
Here's a wheel.
Throw it in the basket.
Yeah. Well, they don't in Africa. They don't even have sub-Saharan Africa, I should say at least. They have no cities of merit that lasted thousands of years, like Rome or Jerusalem or Madrid or the list goes on. London. They don't have any of those things in sub-Saharan Africa. Anything nowhere near next to it. Nairobi? Okay.
I mean, have they been around? How long have they been around? I mean, African people I know.
They were the first people.
I got that. But Muslims.
Oh, Muslims?
Muslims is newer than Christianity, right?
Yeah. It was 7th century.
So it's like the Jewish people are like, well, we'll sort of take some of it, but we don't like the Christ part. We're going to change that.
We're going to take that.
And then the Muslims are like, well, Christ, whatever. Well, Christ, whatever. Whatever they sound like, rah, we're the bad guys. I always think Muslims are like, rah, rah, rah. But we're going to do it with like more beating of the women and faggots and stuff.
Yeah,
throw them off the roof.
virgins.
We got some shit to clear up in Exodus. I don't know what I really don't know, but everybody kind of around the same, sort of. Isn't that what they're all talking about? The same basic period of time.
Yes.
A lot of the same prophets and people and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, now this stuff is like black nationalist stuff, like going back 6,600.
Yeah, they're really going back,
like,
going far back. Yeah.
So they're just making it up.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they invented UFOs. Yacoub, I think, is in the giant UFO.
Yacoub.
Yep.
That's
Yacoub.
okay. CUB.
Yeah. You gotta show this picture. It's great.
He really looks smart. I mean, he's a smart guy. You can tell by looking at him.
Big brain right there.
He's a man with a big brain. He's a big brain man. He had the nickname Big Head. They did say that because of his big head.
Big brain.
And he also had kind of an ego. Oh, it's a heart.
It's so pretty.
It's like a big golden heart. I mean, like that's, to me, it's like a sign of just like a kind of literal thinking. He's really smart. Let's make his brain bulge out of his like rippling like a muscle. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's flexing his brain. I mean that's really kind of silly. I find that
infantile.
silly.
It's childish almost. It's almost like an 8-year-old invented it.
I mean the drawing. Yeah.
Right. He's really smart, so he has to have a big head.
You have a big head to hold that big brain.
Yeah.
Receding hairline.
Of course.
He's he's got a widow's peak. And just a red ball of a necklace, and a regular face.
Regular face.
He just kind of looks, regular.
Kind of normal nose, I guess.
Looks like could be on Bill Cosby's Cosby Kids Fat Albert or something. One of the Cosby Kids band. All right. Well, the Yacoub, very interesting.
But yeah, that
Yacoub?
story died almost as fast, maybe faster than the subway shooter did. Right?
That did drop off quick.
Wow, was that memory hold? And I said it, I think, on Crime Report. I said that's going to be a memory hold real quick.
Yeah. It says, in the beliefs of the Nation of Islam, Yacoub, sometimes called, was a black scientist. Excuse me. I want to take that over again. In the beliefs of the Nation of Islam, Yacoub was a black scientist. Is this the guy who did the peanut butter? Is it the peanut butter guy?
I think that's a different black
scientist. The only one that I know. Is this the one that did the Super Soaker?
It could be.
I mean, he lived 6,600 years ago and began the creation of the white race. Whites/whites.
/whites.
We know who you're talking about. He is said to have done this through a form of selective breeding, which is referred to as grafting, while he was living on the island of Patmos.
That's where John got of his book of Revelation was on Patmos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, the Apocalypse of St. John.
But he did it so much earlier.
He was there
thousands of years before that.
So much earlier than St.
Would you
John.
mind handing me a Red Bull? I'm not going to make a big deal out of it this time. I deserve a Red Bull. While he was living on the island of Patmos. Okay, so that's where you say Revelation was discovered. The Nation of Islam's theology states that Yacoub is the biblical Jacob. What? The biblical Jacob? But did he live 6,600 years ago? I really don't know. You can give me the yellow one? I like it. Okay, so there's an entry for whites. So let's see. It says here.
So he's the Jacob from Jacob and Esau, right? If that's that biblical story, he's supposed to be that Jacob.
Yeah, I guess the biblical Jacob.
Okay.
The story has caused disputes within the Nation of Islam during its history under its current leader, Louis Farrakhan, who we all love.
I love him.
He makes me laugh.
He's so funny.
The Jews. I am not anti-Semite. I'm anti-termite. Well, hell, isn't everybody?
Right.
The NOI continues to assert that the story of Yacoub is no, it's true, claiming that modern science is consistent with it. It's true. The story of Yacoub originated in the writings of Wallace Fard. His middle name was Fard Muhammad. Wallace Fard Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, in his doctrinal Q&A pamphlet.
So this guy got a doctorate for making this up?
He wrote a pamphlet.
Oh, doctorate pamphlet.
His doctrinal, it's a Q&A pamphlet.
Okay.
And it's entitled Lost Found Muslim Lesson Number 2. I know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was developed by his successor, Elijah Muhammad, in several writings.
Yeah.
Most fully in a chapter entitled The Making of Devil in his book, Message to the Blackman in America.
And we're the devil, the whites, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's because he made us.
Yes, he made us.
He by grafting, he was like, mix this up in like a fucking, like a laboratory. It lives.
How do you? This is like crazier than Scientology, in my opinion.
I think so too. You invented white people.
You invented white people.
Thetans and shit like that is harder to disprove.
Yeah. Alien souls.
Well, Yacoub said to have been born in Mecca at a time when 30% of original black people were, quote, dissatisfied. Wow.
Always.
That's a pretty good percentage,
Yeah.
actually. He was a member of the Meccan branch of the tribe of Shabazz. That, to me, sounds so made up.
In 6600 BC in Mecca.
The tribe of Shabazz was according as a supposed ancient black nation that migrated into Central Africa, led by a leader named Shabazz. The concept is found primarily in the writings of Wallace Fard Muhammad and Elijah.
But why would black people be in Mecca? I don't understand. 6,600 years ago.
Why would they be in Mecca?
People didn't really migrate.
Well, he was born in Mecca.
But how could a black person be born in Mecca?
He's Yacoub. He's got a big brain. He could be born anywhere.
This is fucking
somebody. Because I know it is because the Moors.
The Moors.
Did so much fucking.
They were all over fucking.
Yacoub acquired the nickname Big Head because of his unusually large head and his arrogance. At the age of 6, he discovered the law of attraction. At 6.
Wow.
Discovered the law of attraction and repulsion by playing with magnets made of steel.
Jesus teaches in the temple at 12. You know what? Yacoub? 6 years old. Take that, Christians.
Yeah, 6.
6.
He's just a boy. He can't even read. The insight led to a plan to create new people. But we have the apology and the magnetism. He goes, well, let's see. I'm 6. I've discovered magnetism and repulsion and attraction. He, quote, saw an unlike human being made to attract others who could, with the knowledge of tricks and lies, rule the original black man. What a terrible idea. Your big brain is failing you.
Yeah.
I want to create something to persecute us. What a brilliant idea. By the age of 18, he exhausted all knowledge in the universities of... He already learned everything there is to know in the universities of Mecca. Mecca had nothing left on.
Yeah, Mecca is known for the great universities.
Oh, my God. U of M?
Yeah.
And they had a pretty good football team, too. He then discovered that the original black man contained both a, quote, black germ and a brown germ. And he had 59,999 followers. With that many.
They knew the exact
strangely specific, yeah.
Yeah, it's really specific.
He went to an quote, aisle in the Aegean Sea, called Palan, which Muhammad identifies with Patmos. Once there, he established a despotic regime and set about breeding out the black traits. killed all darker babies, and created a brown race after 200 years. They were originally
I
like...
see. Yeah, they were dark-skinned.
Yeah,
then
the
they
background
became like
here.
Arabs.
Black.
Okay.
Black. Black is your hat. Black is your shirt. They were black.
Got
and he's like, well, if we could bleed out, but let's bleed out some of the black and make it brown.
Take away the black.
I would just like, I like it brown. I think brown would look better. And he established a despotic regime with these 59,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And it only took 200 years to breed them up to brown from black.
That's really good. That's
funny because you can breed, brown into white in like 9 months. Yacoub died at the age of 152. What did he do for the last 146 years?
Loser.
But his followers carried on his work. After 600 years of this deliberate eugenics, the white race was created.
Wow.
I don't understand.
So the Romans were black then, according to this.
No, they were white. Because this happened way... I guess.
Yeah,
the Greeks would have been...
Years,
the Greeks were colored,
Greeks were black. The Romans are black. Because they're saying white people were invented in around 60 A.D. Approximately.
So, actually, all the implications of this make the mind real. I can't really... I guess they built the pyramids.
Yeah.
I mean, the Egyptians were black, we think. I think that I feel okay saying that they was
they were pretty white.
They were probably pretty black.
I think they were pretty white.
Why do you say that?
Because depictions, because a lot of depictions of the Egyptians.
Depictions?
Yeah.
The white man's
depictions.
depictions?
They were like a little bit whiter skin. Depictions in like books and stuff.
Oh, everybody knows Jesus is white.
No, Jesus was
he has like light brown hair.
Beard like me.
Yeah. Beard like you. Little thinner.
Mm-hmm.
But just a little.
Just a little.
It's like, he would have... he was hung up by his hands.
Yeah.
If he was hung up by your hands...
falling right off.
Because what do you go, about 900 pounds? I mean, you're a tank. The brutal conditions of their creation determined the evil nature of the new race. Now, why is this guy some sort of prophet of this fucking... You know what I mean? Because this sounds like a terrible thing he's done.
Yeah, he's hurting black people.
By creating whites.
White people, obviously. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's good for us, I guess,
Thank
because
you,
we like to
Yacoub.
exist.
And we like to persecute black people. That's a thing we do.
I mean, it explains why we do it, the original
we were
sin.
Made to oppress black people.
I was made to oppress you by lying to the black mother of the baby. This lie was born into the very nature of the white baby. By lying to the black mother of the baby, this lie was born into the very nature of the white baby. Do you understand that?
No.
The brutal conditions of their creation determine the evil nature of the new race. And it says, quote, by lying to the black mother of the baby, this lie was born into the very nature of the white baby. So I guess when she would give, what would they say to the black mother that was a lie?
Yeah, what's the lie? Yeah. You're going to have a black baby.
You're going to have, of course, you're going to have a black baby.
Yeah.
It's going to be even deeper brown, closer to black. I'm seeing it. And, okay, so, and it says, and murder for the black people was also born in them, or made by nature a liar and murderer. So they're just covering all their bases. Or made by nature a liar, whatever, but he's bad.
Yeah, he's bad.
So the new race traveled to Mecca, where they caused so much trouble, they were exiled to West Asia, Europe.
Mm.
Oh, that was West Asia at
West
the time.
Asia. Yeah.
And stripped
Ireland and West Asia.
Yes. Yes, the luck of the Eilish. Okay, so West Asia and stripped of everything but the language. And once what do you mean stripped of everything but the language? They were exiled and stripped of everything but the language. Once there, they were roped in to keep them out of paradise. Trapped them in West Asia.
West Asia.
So they created them, and then they're like, oh shit, exile. These fuckers suck. So this fucking Yacoub dude, he fucked us over. Why did we listen to him on this? He said he wanted to create something that would be totally evil and oppress us based on magnets.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. We fucking we got a bump steer on this one. I'd say they're pretty pissed off.
Why do black nationalists like him, though, if he did this terrible thing?
Well, they figure he's smarter than me. Look at that brain. He must know what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, that Yacoub.
Once they were roped in to keep them out of paradise, the soldiers patrolled the border armed with swords. See? to prevent the devils from crossing.
Oh.
From many, this is the Wikipedia entry for Yacoub explaining Lucy how he created white people through grafting. 200 years to make black people brown, and then eventually they carried it on for 600 years. By 600 years, they had white people. It only took 800 years to bleed. Now, how were they? What was the grafting? What were they putting in there? It said there was there's one black germ and one brown germ, so they must have just said, okay, let's take the brown germ and the brown germ, but it would still just be brown.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Nothing's gonna change.
So they were bred like just anytime there was one a little lighter, like that one fucks that one. I mean, it's eugenics. Eventually, you can change things over hundreds of years.
But with germs.
Germs. They have a germ, a black germ, and a brown germ. It's a despotic regime, so you just have to listen to do what you're told. And they, like I said, the new race, they did travel to Mecca, but they caused so much trouble there. They were excellent. Like fucking. How much is this? Oh, okay. This line's moving really slow. Excuse me, could you open a new line? What? What is that? You want to leave my dog alone? Hello, police. What is that? Get off of his neck. Jesus, they're causing so much trouble. Okay, so it says that for many centuries they lived a barbaric life, surviving naked in caves and eating raw meat. It was kind of like that was the program everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone was eating that.
Until they learned how to cook. But eventually, they were drawn out of the caves by Moses, who taught them to wear clothes.
I'm trying to do the timeline here, and I'm lost.
Moses
I'm lost.
Well, it was 6,600, and then it's 800 years after that.
So 200, but Moses...
So it's only like, what would that make it, 5,800?
Yeah, so they're saying Moses lived this millennia, or this time period?
58
AD?
Moses was 900 years old and shit, so I don't know. I mean, but then again, they are not as specific about the timeline once whites are established and living in caves and eating meat. So we don't know how long they were naked a long time. It takes a while to exile all of them. They were drawn out by Moses, who taught them to wear clothes. Moses tried to civilize them, but eventually gave up and blew up 300 of the most troublesome of them with dynamite.
Of course, with dynamite. What else would he use?
He's like the coyote, right?
Yeah, Acme.
Good Lord. Dynamite. I suppose he invented dynamite, too.
Yeah.
Yacoub must have invented it. I mean, okay, let's see. I'm going to click on dynamite and just see if it says the year it was invented. It says dynamite was invented by Swedish chemist Alfred Nobel.
Lies.
Nobel, with the Nobel Prize Nobel.
Yeah, that's him.
He invented dynamite.
Yes, he did.
Dynamite in the 1860s, and was the first safely manageable explosive.
White devil lie.
I mean, Wikipedia. I don't normally think of them as particularly. I mean, they need to resolve this. However, they had. Oh, my God, you got to be shitting. However, they blew up 300 of the most troublesome of them.
Okay.
With dynamite. Which is, fuck them. That's what I remember Moses doing that. It's like, obey the commandments. You're not going to wear clothes. I'm trying to civilize you. Look, I'm trying to civilize you, and you can't come along with this?
What's wrong with you
I'm
people?
a major prophet in the Jewish religion. Okay?
You're not being a mensch.
However, they had learned to use, quote, tricknology. Tricknology. A plan to use their lack of empathy, emotion, and trickery to usurp power and enslave the black population, bringing the first slaves to America.
That's just nothing but tricknology.
Tricknology.
It's tricknology.
I thought that tricknology was a funny word that somebody made up.
Yeah.
That, like, I thought Seth Barron made up tricknology. It is not a made-up word by him. The plan was carried out using the Yacoubians' quote side mouth, according to them. Yeah, see, come on, guys, we're going to America.
Over here are the good words.
We're taking the first slaves over, see? The plan was carried out using the Yacoubians' side mouth. According to the myth, Yacoubians' lack of all emotional intelligence According to the myth, Yacoubians, it's possessive. The myth, Yacoubians lack of all emotional intelligence and exist as unfeeling, unnaturally created predators. Are we Yacoubians?
Wait, I guess so.
Are we Yacoubians? Because he did invent us.
He created us, so we're
I think he's trying to say that we are like this.
Oh, we're jerks.
Because we're the unnaturally created predators. According to the autobiography of Malcolm X, what?
Oh yeah, of course.
That was written much later. All the races other than the black race were byproducts of Yacoub's work.
Malcolm X.
All the races of the black race were
funny.
byproducts of Yacoub's race. I'm like, okay, well then somebody's a little more Spanish, a little more Italian, a little more whatever, German work of Yacoub's work, as the red, yellow, and brown races were created during the bleaching process. Grafting.
Does it say bleaching process?
It does. The bleaching process. Whew. Man, oh man. It's just a very interesting religion, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, Nation of Islam. How about that?
That was good. That was a good, nice deep dive.
I can really sell it. However, the black race included Asian peoples, considered to be shared ancestors of the Moors.
The Moors.
The Moors. You know who I like
Who?
better than the Moors? The Lesses. Sometimes less is more. Hello, Les. That's my friend, Les Moore.
Les Paul.
Whites were defined as Europeans. Elijah Muhammad also asserted that some of the new white race tried to graft themselves back into the black nation, hip-hop. But they had nothing to go by. As a result...
BC Boys.
Oh, my fucking God. Okay. Now it says Elijah Muhammad asserted that some of the new white race tried to graft themselves back into the black nation. But they had nothing to go by. As a result, they became guerrillas. A few were lucky enough to make a start and got as far as what you call the gorilla. In fact, all the monkey family are not from this 2,000-year history of the white race in Europe. Okay. It says, wait. In fact, all the monkey family are from this 2,000-year history of the white race in Europe. They were former white people trying to be black, and they turned into gorillas. That's how gorillas came to be.
Makes sense.
Because they were, this artificially predative, terrible, the Yacoubians, white
Yacoubians.
people, they wanted to be reabsorbed into the black nation. Like, we got to make ourselves black people again so we can. But they didn't have anything to go by. There were no black people around. So their idea, they made themselves into gorillas.
What? Okay.
Could they be more specific about? Wow.
Like
gorillas.
The gorillas, the
are
animal,
de-evolved. Yes.
Not the war gorillas.
No.
Okay.
Gorillas are de-evolved test tube white people, Yacoubians.
Makes sense.
In fact, all the monkey family comes from that 200-year period. Okay, so according to Nation of Islam doctrine, this is the last sentence, Yacoub's progeny were destined to rule for 6,000 years before the original black peoples of the world regained dominance, a process that had begun in 1914.
Why 1914?
That's when it started.
Okay.
Well, what happened in 1914? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next episode, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll be so interesting to find out more about. I mean, look, I had not intended to go into this, but this is very, very.
It's fascinating.
It's interesting. It's an interesting thing. Well, hey, say what you need to say to promote and.
Okay. Yeah. So, patriarchyshow.com. If you want to listen to audio, we're on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the audio, we're on Odyssey, The Patriarchy Show. You can follow Pat at Pat Dixon on Twitter.
You certainly can.
What's that?
I just said you certainly can.
Yeah. I do.
I am out of view a lot of the show, by the way. I took myself out of frame a little bit. I didn't do it intentionally, but it's just like that's the way it worked out. I like to be able to lean in and out. I'll talk to you guys next time. On this show, on this very program, I like doing this show.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's just, look, you take it for what it is. The Nation of Islam. That is really something.